Hi guys, that is American in Russia. Today we'll talk about one of the most important days and holidays in Russia, which is the Victory Day in World War II. Traditionally, it had been celebrated on May 9th since 1945. This day is celebrated not only in Moscow on the Red Square, which you could see on TV or on YouTube with a lot of weapons, armies, flights and planes. It is celebrated not only in Moscow but also in every small and big city in Russia. The goal of this parade and the day is very similar to American Memorial Day, where we honor and remember the veterans. So I'm gonna show you the parade in my city. Please do not expect the same scale as in Moscow. The city where I live is called Rostov-on-Don, which has population over 1 million people. It is one of the 10th biggest cities in Russia. So we go on the parade on the main square and streets early in the morning. There is a certain structure to this parade. First, you can see the parade of the weapons that were used in World War II. When I saw them, I was very surprised. In the movies, they always looked big, aggressive, but in reality, it looked small and slowly and flimsy and noisy. Inside the autos, you can see the people who dressed just like soldiers were dressed in World War II. Next, you see the motorcyclists. It is a patriotic band that is called. It is called itself as Night Wolves. Every year, they ride on motorbikes from Moscow to Berlin, choosing the same roads as Soviet soldiers who chased Germans in 1945 at the end of the war. Night wolves are regular people, citizens, employees who cherish the memory of the veterans and the relatives who died in World War II.
Сегодня шествие людей, желающих почтить память предков, одержавших победу над фашизмом.
Further, you see the modern weapons. The goal of this part of the parade is to show the power of the modern army and to give people a sense of security. Everyone is welcome on this parade, and children and adults, elderly people. It is absolutely safe, peaceful parade and demonstration. The last part of the parade is the March of Families. whose relatives fought in the war. The family members carry the portraits of their grandparents who died in the war or who survived the war. Russians cherish the memory of the war and sacrifice for the peace. That's why this march is well known as Immortal Regiment. It started small in 2012, and today, in 2019, it is widespread all over the world. Anywhere, basically, in any country, if there is a Russian community, and if you ask about Immortal Regiment, they know what it is. Russian communities also organize their own Immortal Regiment parade in the new country where they live. This parade is for the whole family, for adults to remember the coast of the peaceful sky, and children to learn the history of the country and respect the past. This year, 2019, as I heard, over 800,000 people participated in this March of Immortal Regiment in Rostov-on-Don. After official part, people are headed to the Central Park, where city administration prepared relaxing and fun program. So the local kids dance clubs performed on the summer stage. Local merchants opened their tents, selling foods and tools and crafts.
Золотые деньки мне светили в пути не раз ваши глаз огоньки. Севастопольский вальс помнят все моряки. Разве можно забыть мне вас?
Another part of fun is the free food that soldiers are eating at the war. There is a huge line to get a bowl of buckwheat with meat, and it tastes really good. Although it is on the basic Russian food choices. Also, army officials brought the equipment to the park, where people, and especially kids, had a great pleasure to touch them, to spin the wheels, push the buttons, ask all of the questions about the guns. Basically everything what you possibly can ask the soldier or any of the official. Army officials also were dressed in this special uniform, and nobody was aggressive. Everything was really fun. The older generation had a special pleasure in listening to music and songs from the war era. I had to say none of the songs was aggressive or about enemy and how to kill him. All of the songs were about mother, about fatherland, about the girl who is waiting for her hero, her love, about mother who also is waiting for the soldiers, about patriotism, about other soldiers' friends who died in the war. There is no drop of aggressiveness. Maybe that's why it is a great pleasure to listen to them.
Все